Hurts, Attorney Lisa Park, and Attorney Rodney Barganier. We have the honor of representing the family of Jabari Peoples. We have his parents and his siblings here present today. Some of his family have just been able to view a small clip of an edited Aaliyah video, and they are going to speak to you about that. Let us say from the onset that we wanted transparency first and foremost. We still don't believe we have arrived at transparency, because what we saw was a short clip of an Aaliyah edited video. We believe that there is much more unedited video that the family and the community has a right to view. We know we can conclude three things from the small clip of the video that we've just been able to witness that was provided by District Attorney Danny Carr. And the family is grateful to get this little bit of transparency. But what we want is full transparency. We can tell three things from the video that we have been able to see that was provided to the district attorney by Aaliyah. And that is, number one, that Jabari Peoples was shot in the back. Number two, that Jabari Peoples was shot running away. And number three, Jabari Peoples never pointed anything at the police officer. We know those three things. We also know that he was roughed up, that there was more to this interaction than what has been provided. We know that apparently, even based on the district attorney's comments, that there was a struggle, that they were on the ground. We don't know what precipitated that struggle. We don't know what was said, and the family feels they have a right to know everything that happened that led up to him being shot in his back, running away. We know that there is a demand for all of the evidence that now is in the possession of the city of Homewood, as we understand it. And we want all of that to be released. Obviously, this family don't understand why it took 6 weeks to release the video. You had the video from day one. If you felt it was justified, why didn't you just release it day one and not put the family through this pain and suffering on top of pain and suffering? We are always fighting for equal justice. We're always fighting for transparency. We're always fighting to say, whatever you do when a police officer is not involved, you release the video. Why do you change the rules when it's a police-involved shooting? Please continue to keep this family in your prayer, because this is not an open and shut case. We believe that there's more video out there, whether it's the park surveillance video, whether it's dash cam video, or whether it's the rest of the body cam video, that is going to give us information that is so desperately needed to understand why this tragedy took place. At this time, you're going to hear from my co-counsel, a great Alabama lawyer right here in Birmingham, Attorney Leroy Maxwell, and then you'll hear from one or two of the other lawyers for you. Hear from the family, and then we'll take your questions. Attorney Maxwell.
Thank you. What I gathered from what we saw today left me with more questions than answers. Why it took this long is a problem. We've always been fighting and arguing for transparency. It doesn't make sense to drag a family through this for this length of time. Did we get a step closer to transparency? Maybe, but we got a long way to go. We got a long way to go when it comes to transparency. Obviously, we still have petitions in the court right now, and we're going to be looking to Homewood to fill in those blanks. Why they would provide us today with a clearly edited video, a clip of what happened, makes no sense to me. I don't understand why they would inflame the situation in that sort of way. And so for us moving forward when it comes to the litigation and what we're doing, what we're looking to do is to ask and demand through the courts that they fill in the rest of the story, that they give us the unedited versions of these videos. And we appreciate District Attorney Danny Carr for showing us what he had, but it was unfortunate that that's all he had, that we're missing so much more here, all right? And so that's what we're gonna be doing moving forward with litigation, is to get those missing components, because we owe it to the family, we owe it to the community to get a full unedited version of what happened, instead of a short segment of a video that's clearly been edited by Aaliyah. Thank you.
Thank you, Attorney Maxwell. Furthermore, we've been told about a struggle. Obviously, people have seen more video than we've seen, because they talk about people being on top of people. The family is saying we have a right to see everything that happened to our brother, to our son. And so we're not accepting any narrative from the state entities or the government entities without being able to verify it. We want all the unedited video so we can have our experts be able to verify what is actually being concluded on those videos. They have drawn all kinds of conclusions, and they're almost saying, no, just take this part because this is what we want to show you. No, show us every part of the video. That's what transparency is. We need to see everything. The truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. That's what we're seeking. And so, before you hear from Attorney Eric Hertz, we want you all to join us in the demand to see all of the video. They have told us about who was on top of who. Wouldn't you want to see that if that was your loved one who was shot by the police? Don't y'all think that would be important as well? And so that's all we're saying. We want exactly what you would want if this was your son who was shot in the back running away from the police. Attorney Eric Hertz.
Thank you all for showing up. This is a civil rights case. And as I said and always say, society is judged by how the most powerful treat the most vulnerable. This case affects us all. Because it's a civil rights case, it's controlled by the Felix Barnes out of the Supreme Court of the United States of America case, which came out on May 15th, 2025. That means to determine whether or not a police officer, law enforcement officer is justified in shooting a person, we look at the totality of the circumstances, not a small segment of a video. Where is the dash cam? We're not showing that today. Where is the bullet? We were not shown that today. If y'all were here at the last press conference, you remember I asked for that. Where is all the other statements made with body cams when Aaliyah came out and asked all the police officers everything? We were not shown that. We were being cooperated by, and we had cooperation by the district attorney, who we thank, but he is limited in what he is allowed to have by the Garrity law. So we did not get what we came here to see. I came from Atlanta, Georgia today. and I was very disappointed that we did not get what we were told we were going to see. Y'all reporters, people, protesters, supporters came here today and saw a short, quick statement put out before we could even leave the room and digest what we saw that was obviously pre-written before we went in the room, but it did not tell you the questions of what we see. Now, I understand that small portion of the video will be released, and I ask you to look at the statements and compare what is said in the statements to what is in the video, and make your own determination if this is an edited, docked up, meaning written on, slowed down video, or if this is the actual video. And where is the video of what happened before you see this part you're gonna see? Where is the video that what happened after you see the part you're gonna see? This is the law. This is what I'm here for. I'm an academic. And this is very, very important to our community, our society, and the United States of America. Thank you. Mr. Crump?
Yes, sir. Thank you very much, Attorney Hertz. Now you're going to hear from Miss Angel Smith, who's speaking on behalf of her family. You have Jabari's mother and father and siblings also present here.
Hello, everyone. Today, I am outraged. I'm hurt. I have so many unanswered questions still. Today, what I saw in this video, my brother was afraid. He was scared. He was running from for his life. Even to the point where he was shot in the back. He was telling the officer, "Sir, I promise, I'm not trying to resist. This is my cell phone. This is my phone." This is what my brother said. So I don't know what they're going to show within this edit of this video, but we would like to see the true unedited version of it. And when it comes to me, release it to the public.
Thank you, Angel. Anybody else? At this time, we'll take your questions if you have any. Yes, ma'am.
Y'all have maintained from the start that Jabari did not have a gun, would not have a gun. District Attorney Carr said the gun was clearly in the car.
You're going to see the
Clearly,
video.
we're not going to see the video.
No, Homewood is going to release the video.
They
I-
said
they-
yes, they were, but
Oh, because now there's no investigation. There's no reason to hold on to the video. Understand this. They always say, well, we're not going to release the video because it's a pending investigation. Well, Mr. Carr has said that he's not going to bring charges, so that shouldn't be any prohibition for releasing the video, at least from our perspective, because we don't want to have to narrate to you just like we don't want them to narrate to us. We got eyes, we got ears, we can judge for ourselves based on our perspective what we see on that video. And so what we see on the video is their claim, they slow down, and then when we watched it first time, you're like, oh, where's the gun? And then they show us a slowed down edited version with a circle red, I guess, presented by Leah saying, oh, this is the gun in his hand here. And so that's what you see. The family is saying, well, can we verify this? Where's the other video? What happened leading up to all of this taking place? Because clearly there was an interaction that may have went on for we don't know how long. You've heard from a statement that said there was a struggle where they were on top of each other. We don't see any of that. All we're saying is release all the video. Release all the video.
are you disputing that Jabari had a gun?
The family wants to verify everything independently. They're not accepting anything from Alabama law enforcement agency.
And let me just,
Go ahead.
and let me
Hold
just-
on one
Let
second.
me just add to that. We've always maintained that the witness that was there with Jabari, the witness said that there wasn't a gun, right? And so that's what, that hasn't been a statement from the family. That's what the witnesses that were there on scene have maintained.
Yes, ma'am.
South City Police Officer number 1 and number 2 struggle. Do you know what the struggle was about?
We do not know. As far as we understand, at best, this may have been a welfare check based on alleged marijuana. And so We don't know how we get to this point based on that. That's why we need to see all the video.
How long was the video that you all thought that?
Very short, very short. Well, most of it was dead video after you see a small clip of the interaction.
10 seconds.
I don't remember what it was. It was short.
It was short.
Very short. Well, the whole thing was about 4 minutes. However, I would dare say 3 minutes of that was just dead space after the fact. So we are grateful that District Attorney Danny Carr did give the family some measure of transparency, because I've seen where families have to wait a year just to get to this point. So we're grateful for the DA doing that. But we need all the video so we can help this family be able to get the answers. As his sister said, I got a lot of questions that was not answered based on the short edited video from Aaliyah. Yes, ma'am.
As a parent, I can't imagine seeing this video of my child, no matter what the circumstances were. How was it for the family just responding to seeing his last report?
It was heartbreaking.
And his mother and father did not see the video. His siblings saw the video. Any other question? Last question?
Do we know if the officer involved attempted any life-saving measures?
Not the officer involved, apparently. Based on the limited video we saw, no. We did not. Ms. Moot?
Yes, I want to ask you, why didn't Attorney Carr, the DA, not file charges?
Based on, and I may defer to Attorney Hurst on this, he was looking at a very limited perspective.
So in a criminal case, it's a different standard, as we all know, beyond a reasonable doubt. And the district attorney is not allowed to see certain evidence that you and us can see. And if he does get wind of it by the news or something, he cannot use it. It's called the Garrity law. Just like regular citizens have the Miranda rights. So when a police officer is testifying or given his statement, it cannot be used against him later. So that's a very good question. So he had a very short video, as Mr. Crump said, and you were right on point. It was started out with an elbow or a shoulder in the middle of a tuss fight, and it ended up within seconds with our client, Mr. Young, the young Mr. Peoples, on the ground saying, "Sir," being polite, and saying, "I'm not resisting." And then, of course, there was just people laying there.
Attorney
District
Barganier
Attorney
wanted.
Carr said he-
Attorney Barganier want to say something else to that too.
We're just adding to what Attorney Hurts said. We don't see anything on the front end. That's what we call it as lawyers, front.
Okay.
We don't see anything on the front end. And there was clearly a struggle that took place, but we don't see any of that on the video. But when a DA puts a statement in the paper like this, and we respect them very much, but we like to see that, whether it's an interview, was a statement made by the officer, we like to
the
see that as
video.
well. Or if it's a video, obviously we like to see that, but clearly that's something that took place before the body cam comes on, and we like to see that information.
And to answer what I think is your perceived question, it's beyond a reasonable doubt in criminal and civil. I'm sorry?
I was going to ask about stand your ground.
Okay.
That's what DA Carr cited as. this
Well,
clear
clearly, based on the video we saw, he's running away from him. He never once pointed anything at the officer. So that's why you got to see the video. I mean, he's still running away. Everything is a shot in the back, him running away. Yes, sir.
District Attorney Carr did say that he was holding a Glock 45 when he was shot. Do you believe that?
We want to independently verify it. We saw the video, you're going to see it, but let us independently verify it. We don't want to take Aaliyah's word for it.
How many times were you able to view the video in its duration?
Like
We
5.
never saw it in its duration.
Oh no, we never saw it. We saw the clip. The only clip that he got.
Able to watch that clip that they provided
Four.
over.
4
As
times.
many times as we felt as the DA let us do it, which was, numerous
The
times.
family.
And the family, and maybe 4.
Okay, and are you able to go back and view it tomorrow
Well, we were going to call upon the press. What station are you from?
WDRC.
Okay, because you guys have the best constitutional lawyers in the country to get freedom of information that they have to give you now because there's no longer a pending investigation. And I know your office is probably already sending out the paperwork and trying to get that. We're also doing that. Mr. Maxwell's working very hard in the courts to get it. I think in a situation like this, and I don't know how many of these cases you covered, but I've handled these for many, many, many years. I've been doing this 35 years. It's not always what it seems, and sometimes it is. And the most important thing is to find out the truth and not to portray stuff in a way that's biased to one side or the other. That's important to do in court and when you're talking about stuff. So we're trying to be very careful here to tell you that we can't make a determination other than what we've seen, and we need more information to get any more determination. And that's why it's so fair. It'd be so just for them to release not just the video, but the bullet, the dash cam video, which we did not see today, the video, if there is one, from the park, the video, if there is one, from the news stations that are attached into the feeds, and we can determine all this. You know, a case in a 1983 case can become an unjustified shooting based on what an officer says after the fact. He can say, I shot someone because I heard a noise, but I didn't see that person have a gun. And that means that was not a justifiable shooting. There's many, many different ways this could be an unjustified shooting. I want you to look at the video, and I want you to see and ask yourself, when did this officer pull his gun out to shoot young Mr. Peoples, and where was young Mr. Peoples when he pulled it out? Was he anywhere near a gun? Because it takes 0.75 seconds to determine you want to pull your gun out. It takes 0.75 seconds to react. If you have a double-stepped holster, it takes even more time. What I saw in the video today was an instantaneous aiming of a gun from the body cam before Mr. Peoples even got to anywhere where there was a gun. Bad intent could be determined, and this is a question we're asking, we're not saying, that he intended to shoot Mr. Peoples no matter what. And that's what you got to ask yourself. That's what I want all the newspaper and news stations here to look into and give us an unbiased report like you always do. And we thank you.
And there's a big question about what happened leading up to it. What was the mentality of the officer? That's why it's so important. And that's why our legal team, we're going to dot every I, cross every T, and turn over every stone to give this family the answers as to why he was shot in the back running away. Last question.
To clarify, are you saying that this video you saw today was altered or incomplete?
Oh, we know it was edited. We know it was edited because we see the writing from Aaliyah, whoever that has the red markings on it and everything. And so Attorney Lisa Park will speak to that.
I just want to clarify what we saw today. We first saw a video that was short and appeared to be unedited in real time. Then there was a second video that was slowed down and stopped. On that second video, there was writing, circling, a circling that would say, this is a gun. That's the part that we're saying it was obviously edited. So it's
Are
this.
you saying it was maliciously edited?
No, we're just saying that it didn't, that wasn't in real time, and it didn't come out that way with writing on it, right? You know, what you're filming right now isn't going to come out with writing on it, right? But what we first saw was just in real time. The second part was slowed down and had pointed out different things from whomever wrote that on there, their perspective. Okay?
Last
Thank-
question. Does this mean that this case is over? The police are saying they're done, it's over, they've made their decision.
Now, just because they say it's over doesn't mean it's over.
Still, he needs to
Thank you very
Thank
much,
you all.
everybody.
Did you guys know the officer's name yet?
We do
No.
not. Thank you all. We're still fighting for justice for Jabari.
Justice for Jabari!
In the vehicle. Now, Danny Carr in the press release says that the officer asked Mr. Peoples